can you give me some tips? When energy comes through me, sometimes I'm not around people. Sometimes I'm just in my room and the energy will just open up and it'll just flow through. And sometimes it can be physically taxing, uncomfortable. Sometimes I'm not able to function. I just have to sit and wait till that transmission slows down. Is there anything that I can do to help my physical being integrate with that energy maybe more quickly?
One thing that tends to help in these situations would be to immerse your body as much as possible in a natural setting with the skin, the human skin, touching the natural source, be it water. Immersing oneself in water would be a, let's say, quicker, less unusual experience. Lying in the grass, leaning up against a tree, all grounding ideas. Yes. Being at one with that energy that is flowing through the Earth's creations, the natural Earth creations. Being in attunement with that vibration. The ideas of nature, of water, of grass, of trees, of plants, of animals, is that there is a clear connection to, let's say, source creation, undisturbed. Therefore, lying in a bed, man-made, carries with it a certain vibration that may not be as conducive as immersing your body in the natural surroundings that are available to you. Even being in a bathtub would be preferable. You are still immersed in water. This is why the birthing of babies is quite pleasant when birthing into water. The transition is less traumatic. It's more conducive to staying in alignment, to staying in connection with that from which you came, from that which the energetic vibration, the energetic field is coming to you, moving through you. Your receptivity to it is enhanced should you be immersed in nature. Does this make sense?
Absolutely. And the grounding techniques, yes, I'm aware of them. I have not tried the water, so that would be something that I will definitely try. And I thank you for that. I live in the desert, so I don't normally think of water. But yes. And the going out in nature and leaning against a tree and putting the feet on the ground, yes, that works very well. And in fact, I do keep large, dark rocks under my bed to help me ground because I do tend to not want to stay in my body. So I have to kind of work at that.
Even lying in the sand, being in the desert, the clay. It's best to feel a connection to your natural cosmology. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
If you happen to be in an area that is not necessarily your home, that you are going to be traveling to, then blending with what is available in that area, in that place where you are now immersed physically, is preferred over searching for something that does not come natural to the area. Does this make sense?
Absolute sense. Yes, thank you.
But where water is available, it is a magnificent transmitter of energetic vibration, of energetic forces, of magnetic fields, of pure energy. It is a conductor of energy, as many of you know. This is not new news. However, from a more spiritual quantum level, individuals can utilize the idea of water to conduct their own energetic vibration. We like the analogy of water because many of you can relate to the fluidity of it, the softness of it, the ability of water to maneuver itself around the biggest obstacles undisturbed, always flowing down the path of least resistance. This is what water does. Therefore, why not utilize that as a physical form and immerse yourself, your physical self, in connection with your energetic self into that idea physically? Doesn't that feel nice just thinking about it?
It does. It feels very nice. Very nice. Yes. Yes, thank you.
And while in that state, relinquishing the idea that we just brought to your attention of grounding. Grounding has its own limitations. We use that particular term loosely, let's say, and prefer to work with the idea of allowing energy to flow freely through you, continually, undisturbed, unobstructed, without resistance, without preconceived notions of whether it's a good energy or a bad energy. It's just energy. Not feeling the need to protect yourself from any particular form of energy or be more receptive to other forms of energy. Energy is energy. You'd be better off, not necessarily you yourself, but those listening in general, better off to not place a judgment on energy, period. Water allows one to think of energy in this way, pure, flowing through you continually. Does this make sense?
Yes. You know, I was, when this energy comes through me and comes through my heart chakra, I was charging water through that heart chakra and then offering it to people because I know that water has memory, and I know that that water was getting charged with this energy that comes through. And so do you think that that is something I should continue?
Yes. Again, a no-brainer. You have already been shown this. We are here to simply remind you of things that you really already know. We allow you the opportunity to bring them back into your awareness as a recollection, let's say, of something that may have happened in the past. It may have been a sign. There are physical signs all along the way. The idea is being in the state of alignment with those ideas to actually be able to see them and utilize them to the degree that they are able to help you with.
Yes, thank you.
Physical signs that manifest around all of you in every moment of every day. There is a purpose for every experience that you experience.
Yes.
Seeds may be planted all along the way that may not be recognized until much later on in your physical experience. Yeah, from a quantum level, this is a very short period of time. So for many of you, you will have little wake-up moments, aha moments, as many of you would say, where you start beginning to connect the dots. And in the connecting of these dots, your next move, let's say, your next step on your path will be impacted due to your previous experiences. As you begin to be more aware of what is going on around you at any given moment of the day, you will then become less inclined to look back on past signs and symbols that may have flashed before your eyes, because you will be noticing them now in the moment, in the moment where that particular sign or symbol is at its prime of potential. Does this make sense?
Yes, thank you. Absolutely.
Many of you experience life to the degree where you begin to look at your life as a series of synchronistic events. That is the water flowing. That is living in pure, unrestrained, unrestricted, beyond limitation, boundaries removed, allowing yourself, your entire self, your whole self to be all-encompassing, to be in tune, in touch with all of creation where all potential is possible, allowing your higher self, let's say, to guide you, to direct you, to move you in the best suited direction. Does this help?
Yes, I call that being on the universal wave.
We like that. The wave is the water.
Yes.
The wave hits the shore, and even upon the hitting of the shore, does not feel resistance.
Right.
It just goes with the flow. It rides with the tide.
Right.
As a human being, the more you can incorporate this idea into your life, the more trusting you can be of this idea, the more accepting and receptive of that which is presented to you that represent this idea, the more your life will flow with ease and grace. The more you will not need to plan as much. You will be more adaptable to the current energetic vibration of the planet as a whole. That is shifting in moment to moment and moment to moment, moment to moment. And in that shift comes a change of ideas, a change of experiences, a change of movement, ultimately a change in action, a change in physical experience. Being adaptable to these changes will then create the idea of fluidity as represented by water. We are happy to be having this conversation.
Lovely conversation. Thank you. I love the image as you speak, as I see that image of water flowing. And water for me is astrologically, I'm all fire and I'm all earth, and so water for me is an element that sometimes is not as strong in my balance as I perceive it needs to be. So I thank you for bringing this more to my attention, and I will definitely incorporate it.
Water has the ability to transform that which lies around the perimeters of it. In other words, if you can envision a riverbed with rock walls on either side, the hardness of the rock is filed away over time by the softness of the water.
Right.
Using that analogy, coming into, let's say, a physical experience with the harshness of the world, should you determine yourself to be adapting of the ideas of water, the softness of who you are, flowing past the harshness, through the harshness would be a better way of putting this, through the harshness of the realities that come along with being a human being, over time, that energetic vibration that you are contributing to, becoming a part of, will file away at the harshness, will smooth the corners. This is a very powerful statement for many of you. Tuning into, becoming in alignment with the softness of your being will create this kind of world reality for you. It won't matter what kind of rock walls you come up against or smash into. The softness of who you are will flow through the harshness of what that is. We like this.
I like this very much also.
Yeah, it's an expansive way of looking at it.
And if water is not available to you, for many of you it is not, you can get to this same idea through your mind's eye, through envisioning this idea as we are right now. Even running the tap slightly and putting your hands underneath it while thinking of these ideas will be useful. You don't necessarily have to be in physical proximity to any of these ideas.
Just within the
Right.
imagination alone.
Yes.
Right. Right.